Hey y'all, how's it going? Today is Thursday, April the 19th, 2018. I am almost 2 weeks post-op from my plastics. I had a lower body lift, aka 360 belt lipectomy with an auto augmentation butt implants, natural, not like fake implant or a foreign object. It was my own tissue they put back into my butt, as well as a breast lift. I know I've been doing quite a few updates, but I wanted to come and talk to you guys just with a couple of updates, nothing super major. So yeah, like I said, tomorrow will be 2 weeks out. My sister came into town. She's Canadian, just like me. She came here for 2 weeks to help take care of me, and while I was recovering, which was fantastic. It was great. My husband, he's been working from home for the last 2 weeks, but I didn't want him necessarily worrying about, oh shoot, how's Amy doing? Does she need anything? My sister Stephanie was here, and yeah, she helped me from a nursing perspective. When I needed, every time I needed to have some medication, or I needed something to drink or something to eat, or she helped me with my shower or my wounds. More than anything, she was entertainment for me. And I miss her terribly. She just went home yesterday. My cat's been wandering around the house crying for her, and I feel like I've been crying for her. It's just, she was super helpful, not only from like physically she was helpful around here too, but like from an emotional perspective. It was great. So I'm very grateful that she came here to help me. Sad that she's gone. So for those of you who are going to be having plastics at some point, or recovering from any surgery, any major surgery, I think it's really important to have a support base. I've been fortunate, even with my weight loss surgery, that I've had a fantastic support base, whether it be physically here on site sort of thing, as well as emotional and mental support, because that's as big of a component as the physical, if not more so, because it lasts a long time. So I think that's really important. So I'm very grateful that I had that. So a couple of other updates. As you guys know, I had a total of 6 drains. I had 2 in my breasts, and I had 2 in my abdomen and 2 in my butt. When I left the hospital after my surgery, they actually removed my breast drains. Sorry, lost the word for a minute. So they removed those. So I came home with 4 drains. Last Monday, which would have been, I think, 10 days post-op, they removed one of my abdominal drains. And yesterday, which would have been whatever, like 14, no, not, excuse me, not 14, maybe like 12 days post-op, I had my other abdominal drain removed. So now I only have 2 drains. So 4 down, 2 to go, but I will have these last 2 for a while. Forgive me, I'm only wearing half of my my compression garment right now. I'm wearing the bottom half, but I'm the top half for the part for my breasts is actually in the wash right now. I bought 2 of the lower ones, and then I just only have the one on the top, and so I'm just doing laundry right now, so it's in the wash. So I'm only wearing the lower body one. So I have this lanyard, and I've got my 2 drains on here. These are my 2 butt drains, and they will probably be in for probably another week or so. I'm still getting pretty steady output. The doctor seems to say that the drains are ready to come out. First of all, when the color is a really light, almost like an orange color, which this almost is. Before, in the beginning, they were quite dark. But he says that he will remove the drains after you have 3 consecutive days of 33 cc's worth of output in a 24-hour period. So in a 24-hour period, 30 cc's or less for 3 consecutive days. And right now, I'm still getting probably about 60 cc's per day in a 24-hour period. So it's going to have to take a while. And then plus the 3 consecutive days. So I'm going to be stuck with these ones for a while. But I will say it's 4 are much easier to hide under your clothing when you go out than 4 are. 4, I looked like, I'd like wear a big hoodie, but you could see them down here, right? And it looked like a growth, or it looked like Guado from Total Recall. And they were kind of hard to conceal, but now it's much easier. So like I said, so Stephanie went home yesterday, and yesterday was Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday was Wednesday. So to thank her for coming to help and everything, on Tuesday we went to the movies. And this was kind of like my first like legit adventure outside since my surgery. Yeah, I've gone to a couple doctor's appointments, or I've gone to the store just to pick up something really quick while she was driving and that. But we went to the movies, and I'll be honest, I was concerned about, like, a movie's a long time to be sitting down. We went to a pretty nice movie theater where they have kind of like recliners. So I'm like, hey, a recliner, it's right up my alley right now. So the movie that we saw was A Quiet Place with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, and it was like 90 minutes long. It was a good movie, by the way. But I was comfortable. So I was concerned, like, shit, what am I going to do? Like, I'm taking these guys, my husband and my sister, to the movies. I don't want us to make us have to leave if I'm not comfortable or if I'm in pain or whatever. So I did take some pain medicine shortly before we left. And when we got there, it was totally fine. I'm glad that the movie wasn't like 2 hours or, over 2 hours long. Because I don't know. I was starting to feel a little uncomfortable. I wouldn't say uncomfortable. I wasn't in pain or anything. I think I was just getting restless. Like, I just wanted to move around a little bit, or shift around a little bit. So by the time the movie was over, like, and got up and, to go to the bathroom and to leave, I was fine. So I would have been like, what, 11 days post-op at that point. So that's not too bad. I have booked just shy for the surgery. I'd booked just a little over 2 weeks off of work. I work, as you guys know, at a desk job, actually here in my home. I have a home office downstairs where I work from. So I'm supposed to go back. So today's Thursday. I'm supposed to go back to work on Monday. Last weekend, I wanted to get a feel for how comfortable could I be. So I went down to my office and I worked for about an hour. And after about an hour, I started getting really uncomfortable. Like, it was, I think it was just sitting like really, almost at a 90-degree angle. Was not super comfortable on my drains or on my hips especially. Hips are really tight, really sore. And my butt too, because, I've got a lot more incisions there because of the auto augmentation. So after about an hour, I was like, okay, enough is enough. But I was like, well, I've got a whole nother week to recover. So we'll see how that goes. So the other day, I think on Monday, yeah, it was Monday, I logged into work for about 45 minutes. And then I started getting lightheaded. And so that was kind of weird. I was like, shoot, okay, well, I still have another week. Remind me to tell you about what happened. I'm going to make a note about it. Hold on. Okay. So I'm a little bit concerned about going back to work on Monday, quite frankly. So, I knew that Stephanie was going to go home yesterday, and I knew that I wanted to run an errand today. A really simple errand, not that big of a deal. I just wanted to get my eyebrows done, and I wanted to get my nails done. So it was just a matter of going to my nail place, which is really close by. But, so when I went to my doctor yesterday and they were taking my drain out, I said, I know you're not supposed to drive when you're on narcotics, but how long do the narcotics have to be out of your system? And she said about 12 hours. She says it takes about 12 hours to get out of your system. I was like, oh, okay. So I took some pain medicine yesterday around 1 p.m. prior to my appointment, and I didn't take anything at all since. So that way when I got up this morning, I woke up and I was sore. Like, I wanted some pain medicine. But it was nothing that was unmanageable. I was like, okay, I can brave through it. So around 9:30, I woke up and I drove to my my nail place, and I got my eyebrows done and all this. Driving was totally fine, because I didn't have any narcotics in my system. It was a little uncomfortable, don't get me wrong, getting in and out of the car, but it was fine. And then I ran a couple of errands, went and stopped and visited a friend for a minute, said hi to her at her business, and then picked up some lunch and came home. By the time I got home, which was probably around, what time is it now? 3:30? Around, I don't know, 12 o'clock I came home, around lunchtime. My body was really sore and I wanted some pain medicine. I really did. So I did. That's exactly what I did. I came home. I threw the dirty clothes in the dirty hamper. Like I said, took this thing off and called my husband. I said, can you get me some pain medicine? And can you take and start a load of laundry? And so I took some and I feel better now. But I'm concerned about going back to work on Monday, like I said, because I don't feel like I'm at 100% yet. Granted, I've got a couple more days, which is good, but my work is, you know, even for an office job or whatever, it's pretty fast paced. It's pretty stressful. You know, it's not uncommon for me to sit down, you know, work 8 hours, 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours a day. And I know I'm not going to be able to do that on Monday. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it without narcotics. So I want my, I'm concerned about my quality of work too. So anyway, I think basically, you know, I'm probably fretting for nothing. I'm just going to have a conversation with my boss and just be like, dude, here's the situation. Like, I'm not at 100% yet. So, you know, I can work. I'm going to have to work at my own pace, take some breaks. I'll join conference calls as I can. But you're going to have to cut me some slack because I'm not at 100% yet. And if I tell him, listen, I'm trying to wean myself off the narcotics, but if you would prefer that I don't work at all while I'm on narcotics, then, you know, just, you know, let me know so we can squash this. So I'm probably going to have a conversation with him on Monday, let him know how I'm feeling on Monday. And, you know, I can't really tell him what my limitations are because I don't know, quite frankly. I'm going to have to kind of feel it out and hopefully he's going to be, you know, cool with that. Sorry, I'm just eating a graham cracker. So the thing that I wrote down earlier that I wanted to talk to you guys about was I had a weird episode on Tuesday. So typically, you know, I have a shower every day. And usually it's in the afternoon or the evenings. But on Tuesday, for whatever reason, I had one in the morning. And it was weird. So I you know, my sister helped me, you know, got out of bed, no problem. Took this whole, you know, monkey suit off and I got in the shower. And we're fine. And I was sitting there just kind of standing, you know how you do. You stand under the water. Oh, that feels good under the hot, hot water. I don't know about y'all. I like my showers like magma hot, like super hot. I'm not going as hot as I would normally like just because of my incisions and all that. I've heard that that's not good for you. But I still like standing under the hot water. Who doesn't? So that was fine. Everything was totally good. I put some shampoo in my hands and I was putting it on my hair. You know, I got a lot of damn hair. So I was just like, you know, washing my hair. And then all of a sudden, I got a little lightheaded. And I don't know why. And I was like, okay, just take some deep breaths and just keep going. And it didn't go away. So I have a little bench in my shower. So I sat down and I remember sitting there and I was like, just let the moment pass. Just take some breaths. Everything's going to be fine. But I was feeling really kind of dizzy. So that's why I sit down to just kind of steady myself. And then it was weird. I remember kind of closing my eyes for a second, just trying to steady myself. And then the next thing I knew, my eyes were hurting. And then I remember like I opened my eyes and it almost felt like I was waking up from a nap. Like I'm like, and I didn't know how long I had been there for. And I woke up and I was just like, what's going on? The reason my eyes hurt is because the shampoo was running in my face, into my eyes. So, and then I heard my sister yell, you know, from here in the bedroom. She's like, are you okay? She hadn't been gone for very long. Like I got in the shower. I think she went downstairs to put the kettle up to make herself a cup of tea. So she's only gone for a matter of seconds. But in that time that I closed my eyes, I don't know if I fell asleep, if I passed out. I don't think so. But she said, are you okay? And I said, no, I'm not. Can you come in here? So she came in. And I said, so I explained to her, I said, I feel like I might have passed out or something. I don't know what's going on. I feel really lightheaded, but I feel better now. She's like, okay, I'm going to stand here. I'm just going to stand here and watch you. And I said, okay. So I stood back up and I washed the shampoo out of my hair. And for whatever reason, because I was feeling better, I put conditioner in my hair and I, you know, combed it through, blah, blah, blah. And then it happened again. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I sat down and she was with me the whole time. So she came in. She's like, I don't know what's going on with you, but she's like, you look super pale. You look almost green. So I was like, great. So she helped me finish up the shower, you know, wash the conditioner on my hair. I just did a quick, you know, soap and water on my body, and then I remember stepping out of the shower. I didn't even dry myself off. She just followed. I just wrapped a towel around myself, and I walked straight into here and sat on this bed. And then she came in and she, dried me off, and we got me back into my suit. And I just lied there like dead weight, and they just put me back together again. But it was just a really scary, weird feeling. So I mentioned this yesterday when I saw my doctor. And I said, is this related to, low blood pressure? Is this typical? He said, no, it's not necessarily typical, but he's like, have you had your iron checked? He said, I have your lab results from your bariatric doctor, from your 2-year post-op, which was like in March, and everything was fine. He said, however, have you ever had issues with low iron? I said, as a matter of fact, post-op, from bariatric surgery, yeah, I had to get some iron infusions because for whatever reason, I had iron, I was iron deficient. I had iron deficiency and anemia. Yeah, that's what it was. So I'd had a few rounds of iron infusions, and he said I would recommend that you get your iron checked because during your surgery you lost a lot of blood, and yes, your blood repopulates in your system, but I took out more than perhaps your body was able to catch up with. So maybe that's why I had that lightheaded, dizzy, spell. I might, it might be a result of low iron. So I've made an appointment with my hematologist next week to get my iron levels checked. Just to see, and maybe they'll say, Amy, you're fucked up, or there's no reason for you to have that weird spell. Or maybe they'll say, yeah, you know what, your iron's a little low, let's go ahead and do another iron infusion. So, I don't know. But it was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie, when I was in the shower, like, I'm really grateful that I had, a bench in there I could sit down on and kind of get my bearings. And I'm really glad that my sister was there too. So, I don't know. Just keep that in mind if you're gonna have plastics, if you've ever had, problems with low iron or anemia. Just keep in mind that that might be an issue. Could be an issue, post plastics as well. So, crazy, right? Well, I think that's about it. I'm not doing anything else for the rest of the day except for this. My big task, once again, is going to be having a shower. I'm really glad that I was able to drive today. It made me feel like I was a functional member of society, and I was, kind of almost back to my old self. Glad I was able to get my eyebrows done, went and got my nails painted. She asked me, she's like, do you want to get a pedicure? I was like, not today. That's too much. It's too much for me today. So, I guess that's it. I'll let you guys know more, certainly after I get my iron levels tested and when I make more progress and I can get these guys removed. I'll tell you, I'll feel a whole lot better once I can, if I can wear this compression gear and not the stupid drains, like I'll be all day long, that'd be fine. I just hate these damn drains. They're just awful. They're just really uncomfortable and awkward, and it's hard to hide them. But that's the way it goes. I'd rather have them and them collect all this disgusting liquid than not have them, and then my body, collect all that gross fluid. So, whatever. Anyway, just a quick update. Although it hasn't been that quick. I've been blathering on for about 19 minutes. Anyway, hope you guys are good. If you have any questions, hit me up. Thank you again for all of your support and all of your kind words. They mean the world to me. Love you guys very, very much.